B1G Gymnastics on Instagram and X, and then follow at B1G Network on YouTube to get immediate access to the best highlights, features, and Big Ten teams you love, including some great breakdowns from my outstanding analyst, Olivia Karras.
It's been so fun doing more social media coverage, and I'm so proud of the growth, both of the platforms, but mainly because of these student athletes giving us amazing stuff to talk about.
2 rotations in the books, 2 more to come. Rotation 3 when we return. Coverage of the 2025 Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships in Ann Arbor, Michigan. March 21st and 22nd only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Let's recap rotation 2, Olivia Karras.
Lots happened, but let's talk about vault from Minnesota, specifically that 9-9 from Sarah Mora was excellent. Sticky feet over there from her. Maryland was stupendous on bars. While they didn't crack the 9-9 realm, that 9-8-7-5 from Haley Merchant and Rhea LeBlanc was great. Michigan was slightly shaky on balance beam, but really big kudos to Peyton Davis for coming out in the anchor spot. 9-6-7-5, so not the score Michigan wanted, but excellent exposure for her in her young college career. And then Illinois on floor, Eden King came out hot with that 9-8-7-5, and Chloe Cho just a little off there on the end. Unusual mistake from her, but I have no doubt she will come back on vault as if nothing happened.
Through 2 rotations, Minnesota leads with a 98.625. Maryland in second at 98.525. Michigan right there at 97.925, and Illinois just over 97 with a 97.05. Rotation 3 will feature Illinois on the vault. They're 23rd in the country. Minnesota on the bars. They're 17th in the country. Michigan on the floor. They're 16th. And your host, Maryland, will be on the beam. Your thoughts in general on what you've seen through 2 rotations?
Definitely a little shaky from all teams. Not one team has been shakier than the rest, and this is the midseason slump. We're at that point where there's only a few weeks left of regular season competition until championships for conferences, so teams are tired, and this is where you really have to rely on your mental preparation as an athlete when sometimes you aren't the most energetic, or you may have gotten less sleep than you would have wanted, or you traveled yesterday and you're out of your rhythm. This is where you dig deep into your mental capacity and put forth as much as you can in this time. But it's also really important to rely on your teammates. We've seen a few falls here, and the team has come back and lifted them up, and that's what this is all about. This is not an individual sport. This is a team sport.
Let's dive deeper into that as we take a look at our 2-box. Last rotation, I asked you about what the mentality is when you fall. What if you're the athlete that goes next after the athlete that fell? What about that kind of pressure?
It's all mental at that point. You've done the skills, the routine in so many different environments that all you need to do at that point is trust in your training. And it sounds silly, but at the end of the day, you've done gymnastics for so long that you need to rely on your mental preparation, rely on the fact that you've done this many times, and just stay in your moment.
Great to be alongside the 4-time Big Ten champion from Michigan, Olivia Karras. As you see, Kennedy Brown first to go for Natalie Washington. Illinois top 25 on the ball, 23rd. Marissa Jenks, the 9-9 career high. Minnesota 17th in the country on the bars, and Minnesota your team leader through 2 rotations. Marissa Jenks for Minnesota will be followed up by Macaulay Harrington, Taryn Crump, Ava Stewart, Maya Hooten, and Jordan Lyden. Illinois, after Brown, will go with Coppola, Gordon, Cho, Jolson, and King.
Talking to head coach Natalie Walsh, she said that she's really proud of the progress her team has had on vault. They're believing in themselves more, they're being more aggressive on landings, and they're seeing progress in difficulty to raise the bar of their scoring potential.
Marissa Jenks on the bars, and we'll move over to the beam where Lauren Brimner with a career high of 9.0 on the beam.
Solid opening series from Lauren. Short handstand from Marissa there. Just wasn't as aggressive as she needed to be on top of the bar. But a great dismount as she holds that landing position to show control. Good work from her on that event.
Sophie Parenti waiting to go on the floor on the right side of your two box.
Front toss from Lauren, a little shaky there. Saw her her left shoulder just dipped down, which resulted in a little balance check, nothing major.
The Big Ten quad meet from the Xfinity Center in College Park, Maryland.
Dismount for Lauren, round off 1.5 twist. Low landing, she didn't get as much pop off the balance beam as she needed for a 0 deduction. That was a step backward, but a good leadoff routine for the Terps.
Kennedy Brown, Illinois.
Kennedy opens with a full twisting Yurchenko. Really dialed in on the landing. I did see some execution mistakes there in the twist. Knees, just soft knees a little bit, but the landing was well done as Sophie Parenti opening up floor for the Wolverines with a solid double pipe. Sophie, it's her combination pass. A 1.5 twist to a front full. Good work. Foot movement there on the landing. So it wasn't a 0 deduction step forward, but Sophie is really keen on staying tight in her body to minimize those deductions to be less than they need to be.
Harrington now on the bars for Minnesota with a 9.85 career high.
Beautiful opening handstand from McCauley. Some leg separation in both release moves. And over there on the handstand half turn. But a great handstand on the high bar, really dialing into those positions. Good stick on the landing. You did see her chest come forward, so while her feet didn't move, the judges will still deduct on the movement of the chest position and just a little messiness in the legs on the dismount.
Another exciting freshman, though, for Minnesota, as they just always seem to reload. They have produced some big-time gymnasts over the years. Davis will be second to go for Bev Plotke and the Michigan Wolverines, who were ranked 16th nationally on the floor. Deep breath for Rena Engelmeyer now on the beam.
Davis here on floor for Michigan. Head coach Bev Plotke told me she's so proud of Peyton. She's starting to calm down more, settle into NCAA competition. She's having more fun, putting less pressure on herself. It's all you can want from a young freshman learning the ropes. Opening leap combination from Reyna, a little shy of 180 degrees. So the judges are looking for that perfect position for 0 deduction. But solid on that back handspring layout. She had some trouble with last week, but not this week. Pristine jumps from Peyton. That wolf position is beautiful in the air. double pike. A step forwards. The judges would love to see that step backward, as forward indicates an under rotation, but she did maintain great control. Dismount for Reina, step to the side, but a solid routine from two great freshmen.
So ready to go for Illinois, Olivia Coppola, sophomore from Union, Kentucky.
We're looking at a 9.95 start value vault. Well done. Illinois is really dialing in on these vault landings. I am incredibly impressed.
Taryn Crump on the bars for Minnesota.
What a save on that handstand half turn from Taryn. She looked like she was going to be over, really maintained the tight body position, but quite an over rotation there. 2 steps backward on that dismount as we looked at the deduction breakdown. That could be up to 2/10 for that landing, which is sizable at this point in the competition.
You mentioned being impressed with Illinois on the vault. Olivia Coppola with a new career high of 9.875 for Illinois. This is Maya Gordon to follow up Coppola.
And a different entry there, a front handspring, front pike half. Chest was very down on the landing, which resulted in that step backward, a little bit of leg separation on the pre-flight. That's the position on the vault, but love that difficulty from Maya.
She just saw Kennedy Brown and Olivia set new career highs. As we move over to Sofia Diaz. Two in front of Diaz, Sophie Parenti with a new, tying her career high on the floor with a 9.85.
Opening pass from Sophia. Front handspring, front double twist. Really leaning into dancing out of that, which is not a deduction. That is a nice way of covering up any over rotation in a controlled manner.
Meanwhile, on the left side, Alexa Rothenbuscher with a 9.9 career high is on the beam for Maryland.
Love to see Alexa in this third spot. She's a fifth-year senior. She's a veteran on this team after 2 underclassmen in the first 2 spots. Good work there on her series. And Sofia Diaz on the right just missed the punch in between the Rudy into the layout step out. While it wasn't perfect, it is quite impressive how she was able to bring that pass to her feet and minimize the deduction as much as possible.
Ava Stewart, 9.925 career high for Minnesota on the bars.
That was set last week, so she is on an uptick here. Excellent position in this bar routine. Her feet are glued together. And a big step there from Alexa on beam. Let's see if Ava can get this landing. Oh, just low there. Almost looked like she sat it down. She didn't, but it was close.
Chloe Cho.
Another stick from Illinois. While her feet didn't move, she needed to hold her landing just a little bit longer. That is what the judges are looking at when they say a 2-second hold to show control. She didn't, so the judges will take a deduction from that, though her feet did not move. But man, Illinois is drinking glue over on vault.
Wow, I'd love to drop a mic in on this conversation right there. The legend that is Bev Plocky with some instruction. What do you remember about those talks, Olivia Karras, with Coach Blocky?
Bev always did a great job of giving you positive reinforcement before you do a floor routine. You've done this routine 100 times. especially for Audrey. This is her first time in the competitive floor lineup. And I know Bev, I know she's telling her to just go out there, be confident, don't hold back, and enjoy. It's a big moment for her.
Audrey Sanger ready to go on the right side of the floor for Michigan.
Gorgeous opening jump. That's a switch half in the ring position. Straddle jump connected. The straddle traveled a little, so the judges are looking for the jumps to start in one place and end in the same. Opening double pike, she looked like she hardly landed on the mat, which, while that mat is not a deduction, it's supposed to be an aid for the athlete. It almost looked like it was in her way.
It did. Big breath from Victoria Gatzendorfer, ready to go on the beam.
Final pass here from Audrey. 1.5 to a front layout. Well done. Beautiful position, especially on that layout. Incredibly elegant. Big triple series from Victoria. 2 back handsprings into a layout step out. Saw that leg raise. It's a balanced correction, but good composure and staying on top of the balance beam.
Maya Houghton getting ready to go. 9.95 career high, season high on the bars for Minnesota.
Just shy of handstand there for Maya. She tends to rush a little bit, so once she settles in, that opening sequence there may help her do just that. Much better on that final handstand as she gears up for her dismount. Hop backwards, so not her best routine ever, but solid, as the Gophers needed that after a couple of lower scores than they're used to. Dismount for Victoria, gainer pike to a step landing. The only thing I really saw in that routine was that first leg lift. Really dialed it in there in the second half of the routine. Well done.
Minnesota, 3 of their first 4 have tied career highs, including Chloe Cho tying her career high with a 9.9 as Tally Jolson.
And another front entry vault. That was a front handspring tuck half. So similar to what Maya Gordon did earlier in the lineup in the tuck position, it was under-rotated, so the judges are really going to deduct for that positioning. But I love the variety of vaults that Illinois has in their lineup.
Enjoy Carly Ballman, 9.925 career high on the floor. Natalie Martin for Maryland on the beam.
Putting pass for Carly, front handspring, double full, beautiful control. Gorgeous job on those leaps. As I mentioned, the judges are looking for leaps to start in one place and end in the same. That's exactly what Carly Baumann just did.
We talk about lines a lot in gymnastics, and Carly Baumann, no matter what rotation she's on, her lines are always fantastic.
She really has gorgeous precision in her body position. 1.5 to a front layout, controlled step forward. Definitely the cleanest lineup thus far for the Wolverines on floor, and of course it comes from Carly Baumann.
Natalie Martin, capable of big numbers. She has a career high of 9.95, season high of 9.875. And Jordan Biden Leiden getting ready for Minnesota, the anchor on the bars for the Golden Gophers, 17th in the country on the bars.
Good work staying tight in her core for Natalie on beam. Just movement of the arms. And a fall, unfortunately. That is not what the Terps needed. Beautiful sequence from Jordan Leiden as Natalie gets back up to finish this routine. Good handstand on the high bar. And a stunt landing from Jordan Leiden. This was a lower scoring event than usual for Minnesota on bars, and Jordan Leiden just leaving it all out on the floor there. Well done. Beautiful position, sees the mat, holds that landing. Great work as Natalie Martin finishes a routine she certainly did not want to have, but she is an incredibly resilient athlete who will certainly come back from that.
For Michigan, Jazara Ranger, 9-9 for Illinois. On the ball, Eden King.
Eden King competing at Yurchenko, 1.5. Little lock-legged on that landing, which meant she landed with her legs straight instead of bent to absorb. But well done, adding in that difficulty with a 10-0 start value. This opening pass from Jazara is magnificent. Double layout, little chest down position, which resulted in the hop forward, but the height and the distance of that skill is wonderful. Perfect leaps, 180 degrees on both the split and the straddle. Seen in college gymnastics, the power coming out of the front layout into that double tuck gives her the perfect position for a zero deduction landing.
Freshman. Last one to go on the beam for Maryland is Madeline Komorowski. There's no V in her name, but there is a V when you say it. Here comes Madeline.
9-9 last week for Maddie. That would be big for Maryland right now. Incredibly difficult series here. One arm back handspring into a layout step out. Solid position.
Carly Ballman tying her career high on the floor.
Slight balance check from Maddie. Really well done, staying tight. Beautiful leap position in her leap connection, which is a requirement on balance beam. There's that ever-harrowing full turn, done well.
I can tell you, Jordan Leiden with a 9.95 on bars, new season high for Minnesota.
Round off 1.5 twist, hop forward, but exactly what the Terps needed after that uncharacteristic fall from Natalie Martin.
3 rotations in the books. The freshman sensation for Illinois, Chloe Cho, tying her career high. And then Jordan Leiden with the highest score of the day. Stuck landing for Minnesota.